Hello and welcome to my tarot channel once again. Welcome to another reading from me. So today's topic is going to be on a subject I have covered many times before, but people keep requesting it. So here it is. I haven't done one in a long time. And the topic is, who is your future spouse? As usual, I want to mention I have chosen these crystals intuitively. Basically, I focused on the question of spirit, which crystals should I use for this particular reading? And these are the crystals that came out in this particular order. And this is for those of you who want to choose with just crystals. Pile number 1, we have this tiger's eye crystal. Pile number 2, we have this black onyx crystal. Pile number 3. Gosh, it's hard to decide which side I want. Pile number 3, we have this aragonite crystal. Okay. So, you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Hold on, I'm trying to arrange them. Okay. So, you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. As usual, my recommendation is that you take some time to meditate upon the question, take some deep breaths. With your eyes closed, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. And you can also address the question to a higher power like God, Spirit, Kali, Durga, whoever you worship, maybe your higher self, universe. And open your eyes after about 10 deep breaths and choose the first crystal that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one, of course, feel free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. Before I sign off, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It's the easiest way to support me and it is free. Also, consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading. Thank you, and I will see you at your pile. Okay, welcome. This is for those of you who want to choose with a crystal as well as a card, and I'm going to be using my favorite deck. I'm being sarcastic. I love the art on this deck. It's called the Wild Unknown Archetypes, but it's so hard to shuffle. I'm going to make an effort though. So, Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the Tiger's Eye crystal. Who is their future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. Tell me about, okay, this one. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the black onyx crystal. Tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the black onyx crystal. It begins. Who is their future spouse? Pile number 2. Tell me, Spirit. Tell me. Tell me, please, Spirit, about pile number 2. Who is this person's future spouse? Okay. Tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the aragonite crystal. Who is their future spouse? Okay. We have just one that fell out. Trying to figure out a way to stick it back in the box. Anyway, pile number 1, let's see. We have, oh my gosh, the Dead End. This is the creepiest card I've seen in a long time. Pile number 1, what can I say? Jackpot. Wow. Okay, another creepy card. Pile number 2, we have the Vow. Good Lord, this is intense. Pile number 3, the Stone. All right. Good Lord, these cards are intense. I haven't seen these cards before. So I'm very curious to see who these people are that you're all gonna marry. Let me zoom in. Okay, so here we are again. This is for those of you who want to choose with a card as well as a crystal. Pile number 1, you have, you have this card over here, the Dead End, and or this Tiger's Eye. Took me a second to remember. Of course, it's like 2 a.m. Yeah, Tiger's Eye crystal. Pile number 2, we have this card over here, the Vow, and or this black onyx crystal. All right. Pile number 3, you have this card over here, and or this aragonite crystal. Okay. So these are your options. I always have a hard time putting them in the right position, just right position. Am I getting a bit OCD? Maybe. No, I think this was better. Maybe like this. Yeah. I think that's better. No, it was better the other way. Anyway. Oh gosh, it doesn't matter. It's asymmetrical. Okay, that's better. So, these are your options for those of you who want to choose with a card as well as a crystal. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide. As usual, my recommendation is that you take some moments to meditate upon the question, take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. You can also address the question to a higher power like God, your higher self, the universe, any deities that you follow, your guardian angels, right? And after you meditate on the question with your eyes closed a little bit, open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one, feel free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. Before I sign off, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It's the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new tarot reading. Of course, also feel free to comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to share, whether it resonated, how it didn't resonate, anything you want to share, as long as you keep it respectful. All right, so thank you for listening, and I will see you at your reading. So welcome pile number 1. This is your reading if you have chosen this Tiger's Eye crystal and or this card, the Dead End, with the number 40 on it. I'm pretty sure this is the Roman numeral for 40, the Dead End. All right, creepy card, I have to say. I'm really curious to see what else is going to come out. So let me get into it. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is pile number 1 future spouse? Let's see, we have Justice, we have Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, Temperance, 3 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Spirit, who is pile number 1's future spouse? Tell me. Spirit, come on, tell me. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, the Death card, Knight of Swords, 2 of Cups, the World, all right. Spirit, who is pile number 1's future spouse? Tell me. Temptation, number 19. Spirit. Wait, are these? No, these are not the right cards. Hold on. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is their future spouse? 25 Peregrine Falcon observation. All right. So, pile number 1. We have Justice. We have 7 of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Why did I have the feeling? Oh yeah, Temperance, Temptation. There's a lot of balance here going on. The 2 of Cups as well. So this person could have strong Libra placements, but they are a very balanced person, irrespective of what their horoscope shows. This is a very balanced person, a person who is very hardworking. They are used to getting things through their own efforts. They are patient. They understand that what they want requires hard work. And they're a pretty stable and solid person. Ace of Pentacles with Queen of Cups underneath shows that this person is very good at making money through understanding human psychology. They could even be making money through some kind of an intuitive profession or something where they're using their intuition a lot. They, like, I don't know, they could be a healer, a psychologist. They could be a lot, like a large number of things, but whatever line of work they are in, they're using their understanding of human nature. So they are good at managing people, human resources, for instance, right? Just reading people in general, seeing their potential, understanding and anticipating people's moves. We have 4 of Wands and the Death card underneath. Holy shit, I was just thinking that I was just thinking when I pulled this card that this is kind of reminds me of, you know, something dark and kind of, you know what it makes me think of? A bottom of a well. Like, it makes me think of that movie, The Ring, like the creepy, I don't know, have they remade that movie? I don't think so. They were talking about remaking it. I know that it was originally a Japanese film. I never saw the original, but I'm talking about the one with Naomi Watts that came out probably in 2004 or 2003. Gosh, it was creepy AF. Anyway, it's a horror film. Oh my god, I just realized that there is a well in here. Oh my gosh, now I'm creeped out. All right, I am seriously creeped out because I remember that movie. If you watch it, it will stay with you. There was a well in that movie. Those of you who have watched it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it makes me think of the bottom of a well, actually, for some reason. That's why it made me think of that. Anyway, right, this person, there's a lot of number 4s as well here. There's a lot of stability with this person. They're solid, they're dependable, they're no nonsense. But I also see a lot of Rahu energy. So we have also with the World here, this person could be coming from a different background than you, maybe from a different culture, or they could be really different than you, unusual in some way. The 4 of Wands clarified by the Death. I need to clarify the Death. Hold on. Spirit, please clarify the Death card for me. King of Swords. Here we have the Rahu energy. Please clarify the King of Swords for me, Spirit. We have 3 of Wands. This person is definitely coming from a foreign culture. Maybe a faraway land. So there's some kind of foreign element. So either they're coming from a different country, but maybe you have similar genetic background, like similar ethnicity, or they could be someone totally different than you, you know, a totally different ethnicity, maybe even a different religion. But because of this, actually, there could be some kind of a distance happening in the beginning. There could be a hold on, I need more clarification. Spirit, please clarify the 4 of Wands. Oh my. Yeah. This person could be someone who's divorced. Worst case scenario, well, depending on how you look at it, worse or not. This could be someone that at the moment when you meet them, they could be in a relationship already. Either they're in a relationship or they have recently divorced or separated from a serious relationship. This could be them, or it could be you, or it could be both of you. But what I see standing in the way of this connection at first is distance. So most likely this is a physical distance because of the repeated themes of a foreign culture, foreign land, and kind of, you know, travel issues here. Distance, but there could also be the fact that this person was really hurt in the past, because we have the Four of Wands and the Lovers, and we also have the Death. So it really makes me think of someone who is divorced, and they could have gone through a really bad divorce. Hold on, I need to clarify something else. Please clarify the Justice card here. Ace of Pentacles. A lot of Ace of Pentacles with this person. They have their eyes on the prize, yeah. No, I was hoping maybe I would get some more clue about their relationship status at the moment when you meet them, but no. All I'm getting is they have their eyes on the prize. They're very hardworking. They're making good money. Yeah, they're serious about building some kind of wealth. But they have been hurt in the past, all right? Whether they are divorced or they have just had their hearts broken thoroughly at some point. This could be at first why they're not gonna be super warm towards you, like maybe right from the get-go. And then we have the Temperance and the Knight of Swords. Again, I need clarifications here. Spirits, please clarify the Temperance card. Oh my gosh. The Devil? Please clarify the Devil, Spirit. This person is dark AF. Oh my holy mother of Christ. We have the Three of Wands again. Yeah. This is someone with a lot of wanderlust. Someone who has traveled a lot. Someone who maybe travels for a living. And there's someone who is like a collection of paradoxes. They're kind of a free spirit, but a little bit unusual. I'm getting Jack Sparrow. Okay, maybe just because there's a ship here, but this is the vibe that I'm getting, a free spirit. You know that part where he says the Black Pearl is freedom, it's not just a ship? That's what I got. Because the Three of Wands is about having a sense of adventure. There's a lot of Jupiter energy as well here. We have the Three of Wands coming out twice. We also have the World, which is 21. A lot of number 3, which is Jupiter energy, right? So this person can have a strong sense of adventure. We also have significant Sun energy because the number 1 came. We have the Aces, which are associated to a number 1. We also have the number 1 here. 19 boils down to a 1 plus 9, which is a 10, which is a 1. So I'm going to clarify the Knight of Swords as well. I know I'm getting a lot of clarifications, but I don't care. Please clarify the Knight of Swords, Spirit. But yeah, I'm getting this person is really free-spirited and in the past has had a lot of adventures. Wow, the Emperor. This is someone who is pretty established as well. I mean, someone who has really worked. And here we have the number 4 again. Number 4 also showing up a lot. We have the number 40 in the beginning. So this person is also very solid, very stable, someone who has learned things through the school of hard knocks, through experiences, someone who is really brave. This is not someone who is easily intimidated or someone who plays it safe. I'm getting the vibe of someone who, again, potentially has Scorpio, Mars energy, strong 8th house, someone who kind of, grabs life by the balls, pardon my French. So is someone who doesn't wait around for things to happen, instead just goes chasing them. And look at this in the future, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. So this is going to start out as a typical romantic relationship. And you could be brought together through work, through some kind of a work arrangement or through some kind of a formal meeting. This could also be online, but I'm getting more of a work-related situation. So I'm going to see more about how you're going to meet when I pull the astrological cards. And we also have King of Pentacles. So another thing with the 2 of Cups is this person is someone who is going to meet you halfway. So this is going to be like a sane, mutually supportive relationship where both of you are equally invested and you want to make it work. So basically it's like a mature relationship. It's a very emotionally, irrespective of what your age is and what this person's age is, this is going to be an emotionally mature relationship where you both, you see eye to eye, you don't play games, you want to basically make it work, like I said, and you're willing to work to it, and you're going to be open, and it's going to be like a harmonious, mutually respectful relationship with a lot of romance as well. But it's not going to be insane because you're past that, right? Not because there is no passion, because there's no romance, but because you're both like at a level of maturity where you're looking for something real and something solid. And we have the King of Pentacles in the World. Again, this is really making me think this person could be an entrepreneur, because King of Pentacles is someone who's like at the top of their game. The Emperor and the King of Pentacles, these are energies that are very in charge sort of energies, right? So there's someone, again, overall, this vibe is telling me this person is the king of their castle. Even if this is a woman, right? This is a person who knows what they want. They go for it. This is not someone who beats around the bush, right? And I'm seeing that this is someone who's quite established, someone who has achieved something significant in their lives by the time you get married. Peregrine Falcon observation. Yeah. There's a lot of Scorpio symbolism here with the falcon. And temptation. Oh my gosh. And temptation here is the devil energy, right? It's really interesting because this person is a ghost. Like, this is a romantic relationship between a ghost and a woman. These cards are so soap opera-y, whatever. You get the idea. I don't know if that's a word. Probably not. You know what this makes me think of, though? The music video for that song from the 80s. Oh, gosh. It's a band that I really like, but I keep forgetting their name. Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. The song was I Want to Be With You Everywhere. It's really cool. I think you should. The song is very cool and the video is very cool. So you might want to check it out. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. So it's a very romantic vibe, actually, but it's also very spiritual. It's kind of like, well, it's not going to be tragic like that. Really hope so. There's nothing tragic. There's nothing in the spread that says tragedy, right? But that video is a bit sad, so I don't want to give spoilers. Anyway, this person is someone who has a sharp mind, sharp observation with the peregrine falcon. And number 2, it's interesting I said Scorpio symbolism because of the falcon. I wonder if whoever made these cards know that 25 boils down to a number 7 in numerology, which I associate to K2. Not just me, but I'm sure many other people have associated to K2 because of the symbolism of number 7, which is isolation, introversion, kind of the mad genius archetype. So Yeah, this person is probably someone who has a very sharp sense of observation and is very good at reading people in general. Yeah. Okay, let me get the astro notes. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is their future spouse? Oh my gosh. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Do you see what I see? There was a song. Oh my gosh. So many confirmations, I can't. So we have hello, Rahu, the north node of the moon. Did I not say that this person has some kind of a foreign element? 7th house, love and partnership. Here it is, that 2 of Cups energy, that mutual support. Aries, Mars energy, very strong confirmation. Sagittarius, the world explorer, very strong confirmation. The moon, feelings and subconscious, very, very strong confirmations of everything that I've seen in the cards. So, north node of the moon, this is a confirmation that this person is very, first of all, very unusual, can be a free spirit, because Rahu, or the north node of the moon, is the co-ruler of Aquarius, which is the sign of the weirdos. You know, that's the short version. The long version is the sign of individuality and, you know, the sign that deals with the harmony between individuality and crowds, and how the individual fits into a crowd and large groups of people and yada, yada, yada. But Aquarius is kind of the mad genius archetype, right? They're very rational. They're very no nonsense. They're very kind of waltzing to the beat of their own drum. They do their own thing. Kind of felt that with the Temperance and all the other cards that came through. So this person will have some kind of aura of unusual about them. They might be a little bit of a rebel as well. So again, that's why I got the Jack Sparrow vibes as well. 7th house, like I said, strong confirmation. This is going to be a very, very reciprocal sort of relationship. You're always going to be fair to each other. This person wants to be fair. This person can also have Libra placement, sorry. So that 7th house is also potentially a confirmation of the Libra, because Libra is the 7th house. It corresponds to the 7th house. But then we also have Aries, that strong Mars energy that I was talking about, the Emperor, and all the other, the Knight of Swords especially, that's very Aries energy. So this person is kind of a pioneer type, you know, someone who is brave, who goes for what they want, is not afraid to, you know, open new roads, basically, and actually go on the roads less traveled. So Sagittarius as well, very fiery. Right? Sagittarius and Aries, they're both very masculine, very go-getterish sort of energies. Having a broad view, and Sagittarius is a very strong confirmation of what I said, together with Rahu, that this person potentially not just comes from like a multi-ethnic background maybe, but also has traveled a lot. And in fact, the moon also in Vedic astrology connects to travel, not just with sensitivity, which it definitely connects to, but travel especially, right? So this person could be traveling for a living. They could have a job where they have to travel a lot for a living. Whoops. And or, right, they could be quite moody, changeable in some ways, and very strong intuition, right? So this is that Queen of Cups energy, the moon. This person has a soft, nurturing energy, right? They can be very gentle, very nurturing, but most likely that side is not something that they readily show to everyone they meet for the first time. Okay, let me get some Astro dice. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is their future spouse? We have the number 9. Holy moly. Number 9 again. This is number 1. In numerology, this is Mars energy, so that is a confirmation of the Mars. But then it can also connect to the 9th house, which is Sagittarius energy. Here we have Pluto, which is in tropical. This is the Lord of Scorpio. So here we have the confirmation of the Scorpio energy, the transformation, the death card, right? And we have Virgo as well. So Virgo can show this person is very analytical. They are perfectionists in some ways. They could have kind of weird how should I put it? They could be really like picky eaters. They could be really particular about certain things. Like maybe they like to have their coffee from the same mug every day. They could be very particular about their routines. Very interested in things like hygiene and health, and they're very rational. Yeah. So they're good at details, detail oriented, and they're probably quite youthful in energy, irrespective of their age. Okay, let me get some more. Spirit, who is pile number 1's future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. Okay, I think that's enough. So, Mercury, again, that is the ruler of Virgo. So this person is youthful in energy, absolutely. Mercury rules youthfulness. We have Leo as well, so there's that sun energy that I was picking up on. We have Venus. Okay, Venus is the ruler of Libra. We did have significant amounts of number 6 coming out as well. Oh my gosh, we have Libra as well. So for some of you, this person could have Libra placements. Let's see what else. We have Punarvasu, Jupiter, right? Ruled by Jupiter, falling in Gemini and Cancer. So Jupiter is a confirmation because it came out strongly, like I said. We have Anuradha, which falls in Scorpio, is ruled by Saturn. All right. We have Uttara Ashadha, which falls in Sagittarius and Capricorn, ruled by the Sun. We have Swati, which falls in Libra, ruled by Rahu. Very strong confirmations. And we have Dhanishta falling in Capricorn and Aquarius, ruled by Mars. There we have Aquarius as well, and Mars. And we have Ashlesha, which is falling in Cancer, ruled by Mercury. Here we have Mercury again. So, let me break this down. This person most likely is going to be above average good looking, irrespective of their gender, right? Venus shows traditionally good looking people, attractive people. So it also shows wealth. It's one of the planets associated to wealth. Mercury and Venus are both kind of money planets. You know, they're connected to business. Mercury especially is connected to having multiple streams of income. So this person could be someone who has multiple streams of income, or they're just very resourceful when it comes to making money. Venus can also show that they like the finer things in life. You know, they like the good life. They like everything that they can enjoy through the 5 senses. They could have a hedonistic side, absolutely. They also are probably good looking, like I said. With Swati, this is a strong confirmation. This person can be socially very charming, but at the same time, they will know how to keep people at arm's length. They're probably the kind of people that everyone thinks they know, but everyone thinks they know this person, but few people actually get very close to them or know their true nature. So they can be superficially, you know, engaged with a lot of people. So they can, like I said, they can put on this facade of being friendly and approachable, but they're not really that easily read, or they're not so quick to open up, you know. Punarvasu, which is falling in Gemini and Cancer, this is associated to higher knowledge. It's ruled by Jupiter. Again, it does show kind of an adventurous spirit. It shows a tendency to succeed at the second try at something. In addition to that, it's very much connected to all the typical Jupiterian quests, which are traveling, higher philosophy, you know, higher knowledge, research, reading, publishing, everything that's kind of lofty ideals and has to deal with developing the higher mind. That's Punarvasu and Jupiter, right? So this person could be very educated. They could also be self-educated. You know, it depends on the situation. Obviously, this is a general reading. So I'm not going to say that everyone who, I don't know, got this pile is going to have a person who is a college graduate or has a PhD. But they are definitely people who want to educate themselves continuously, who are probably curious. They're ever expanding their point of view, their understanding of the world. Dhanishta shows someone with a strong backbone and someone who is not going to back down from a fight. That definitely explains all of the Mars energy that came through. Dhanishta can be connected to military situations, military, police, combat. They might like fighting. They might be into karate or like anything to do with combat, self-defense, stuff like that. Or they just generally like to stay physical. They can also have a nice body with Dhanishta. They also probably have a healthy sex drive with this nakshatra. That's what I've seen because it's connected to the root chakra and it's also ruled by Mars. They tend to be very physical in general. And they also, like I said, probably have a nice body. Like their body can stand out a little bit. And they're definitely attractive, okay? With these combinations, they're above average attractive. These nakshatras, not just Venus that came out, which is a very strong indicator of attractiveness, but Swati, Ashlesha, Dhanishta especially, even Anuradha to some extent, they're known to be very attractive. They're known to be the kind of nakshatras that easily attract romantic partners, right? So Swati can also be very seductive and very charming and very charismatic. They're usually photogenic. They're usually very good at behaving in social situations, right? Ashlesha can be very seductive. So a lot of very seductive famous people have Ashlesha placements, like for instance Megan Fox. Megan Fox, I'm pretty sure I looked at her horoscope at some point. I don't remember exactly. I think she has Moon and Ashlesha in her D1, but if it's not in the D1 chart, it's definitely in the D9 as well, and that counts. By the way, I'm not gonna open that whole discussion here, but check out my astrology channel from the video description to find more details about astrology if you want. Anyway, so Megan Fox is strong in Ashlesha. Lana Del Rey is strong in Ashlesha. Let me think, who else? A bunch of people, all right? If you look around at people that you know that are kind of have a reputation for being sexy, irrespective of gender, they will have, a lot of the times, they will have Ashlesha placements. Let me think. There is a guy who has Ashlesha placements that I was thinking about right now, but I forgot. I don't remember, but trust me, even with a lot of these famous actors that become really popular with women, if you look at their horoscopes, a lot of the times they have Ashlesha placements. This nakshatra is known to be very seductive, all right? There are other nakshatras that can be very seductive as well, but Ashlesha has a particular sexiness about them that, you know, they have this kind of ability to cultivate, you know, a sort of it factor that makes them very attractive. They have this kind of allure to them. And they can also come across as very mysterious and also very graceful in their movements, you know, in the way they use their bodies. They can be good at dancing as well. They also could be into things like hypnosis and anything that's kind of, you know, about the mind-body balance, meditation, yoga, stuff like that. And they could also be into chemistry or anything involving the medical science, but especially pharmacy or chemistry or anything involving potions of any kind. And Uttarashadha and Punarvasu are both kind of priestly energies. So these people can be very advanced when it comes to higher knowledge, spiritual knowledge. They might be really drawn to, you know, developing the higher mind and all that. And Anuradha can be workaholic, but secretly very romantic. So Anuradhas tend to come across as very kind of stone cold on the surface, but they have an inner vulnerability that they keep very well hidden. So, yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much what I can say, really. They could definitely be into dancing. Both Ashlesha and Dhanishta tend to be interested in dancing. So, yeah, see how that resonates. I'm really curious. Keep me posted with when you start dating someone and how this resonates. Okay, so this is pretty much what I can say. Oh, with respect to physical appearance, youthfulness, attractive features of any kind, nice body, most likely good muscle mass, someone who takes care of their physical body to a large extent. They could have a face that is typically oval or even a little bit elongated. And they could have cat-like features. Their eyes especially can stand out, and they can have really hypnotic eyes. Okay, this is pretty much what I have. So I hope you have enjoyed this reading. If you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, if you would like to show your appreciation further, it would help a lot if you share this video with other people that you know are interested in tarot. Of course, if you want to leave a tip, or if you want to get a membership from my channel in exchange for a small monthly fee, I would be very grateful. If you're interested in getting a tarot reading from me, check out the video description for more information. I've left my email address there. You can email me for a pricing list and reading options. And I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings in case you want to check them out. Might help you decide if you want to get a reading. Aside from that, I also have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but also with some tropical insights. I have more than 20 years of experience in reading astrology charts, more than 10 in Vedic. And I also use my insights from other astrological and metaphysical systems like Chinese astrology, Batsa, Ziwei Doshu, numerology, Mayan astrology, and some other areas of metaphysical knowledge that I don't talk about because I would have to kill people. So anyway, if you're interested in astrology, go ahead and check out my astrology video, which I will be linking in the video description. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening. And of course, feel free to share your feedback on how this resonated, how it didn't resonate, maybe as long as you keep it respectful in the comment section. And yeah, I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card, the Vow, with number 54. And or this black onyx crystal. The number 54 boils down to a number 9 in numerology, which is ruled by Mars. So I'm wondering if the rest of the cards are going to support that energy. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. So, by the way, this is going to be the card selection phase. If you don't want to sit through it, you can skip to the interpretation because I will add timestamps. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is their future spouse? Nine of Cups, Queen of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, the World, the Three of Wands, the Queen of Cups. Let's see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is their future spouse? Wow. Okay. We have the Chariot, the Nine of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the King of Wands, the Fool. Okay. Let's see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is pile number 2's future spouse? Tell me. We have Raven News, number 23. So, number 23 boils down to a 5, which is ruled by Mercury. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is their future spouse? Oh my god, we have number 23 again. Patience. A lot of Mercury right off the bat. So we have 23, 23 again. See here, 23 and 23. Both of these are ruled by Mercury. All right. And we also have the Mars here with the 54. So, pile number 2. This person Nine of Cups. I'm getting the vibe of someone who comes across as pretty self-sufficient. We have the Nine of Cups, which is an energy of filling your own cup. It's also an energy of contentedness. And we have the Battle Wagon here, which is the Chariot, actually. And this is a card of being very motivated, going forward. For some reason, I'm getting that quote from The Great Gatsby of "My life has to move forward. I'm not looking back," or something like that. Oh my gosh, that would make sense. Okay. With the vow, wasn't his whole thing was like he made a promise or something and came back? I don't remember what the whole thing was. Anyway, now I'm getting The Great Gatsby in my mind. Anyway, oh my gosh, I just realized we have the number 9 so many times already. So we have the number 9 here that came forward with the 54. Came forward with the 54. Then we have the 9 of Cups. We have the 9 of Swords. Okay, we only have it twice. But the number 9 coming out repeatedly, that's Mars energy. So anyway, where was I? This person is also someone who has a lot of anxiety. And we have Queen of Wands, we have 9 of Swords. I'm going to clarify this. Please clarify the 9 of Swords for me, Spirit. Please clarify the 9 of Swords for me, Spirit. Wow, we have the Hangman. Please clarify the Hangman. We have the Lovers. Holy shit. Please clarify the Queen of Wands, Spirit. Justice. You know, there are some similar messages here to pile number 1. So if you feel drawn to it, definitely check it out, but only if you feel drawn to it. See, this person could be someone who first of all, there's someone who's very motivated, has very serious motivation. So this is someone who has marriage on their mind right off the bat. But the 9 of Swords here, clarified by the Hangman, clarified by the Lovers, this is showing some kind of hang-ups about, oh my god, this is someone who's terrified of losing people. This is someone, and again, I don't want to, I'm already psychoanalyzing your future spouse, sorry, but I'm getting abandonment issues. So the vibe that I'm getting is maybe this person has had a bad breakup in the past that has really hurt their feelings. But with the Queen of Wands, there is an element of potential childhood wounds. And I think it's more like childhood wounds here in your case. I think this is someone who's going to seek to secure you as quickly as possible. They will want to secure the relationship because it gives them a sense of peace. They don't want to feel like you might just leave at any moment. I know it sounds potentially unhealthy and maybe some slightly controlling. Doesn't have to, though. I just think this person has been bruised at some point in the past, so they have some they're definitely focused on serious things. They want a contract. They want that security of having a contract because it gives them peace of mind to know that you're serious about the relationship, that you're both going to make a legal commitment. We have the 10 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles here in opposition. So what will get in the way of this relationship, maybe at first at least, is the fact that one or both of you are very concerned with appearances, with social status, and or it could also be career. So this person could be obsessed with career and they're afraid that, let's say, getting married is going to make it very difficult to focus on what they want to get done. Or it could be you, actually. But I'm guessing, since this is the future spouse, I'm guessing it's most likely from their side. So, yeah, I think they're a bit workaholic as well. Like, this is... But see, here's the thing. Because of this initial placement, Nine of Cups and the Chariot, this is very strong Mars energy right off the bat. This is a person who's very self-motivated, and I wouldn't be surprised if at the moment that you meet them, they would be already engaged in some kind of major project, right? And some kind of major long-term ambition that they have been working on maybe for decades, right? And so they're terrified of getting sidetracked from their professional ambitions. Like I said, there could also be some anxiety about social status, especially if this is someone who has reached a certain level of social status. They might be afraid for some reason of how this relationship could impact their social status. And then in the past, we have the World and we have the Four of Wands. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, the World and the Four of Wands, this shows the ending of happiness, the ending of a happy home life. So they could be divorced. They could be divorced. Or this could be about, again, childhood stuff. It could be that in any case, at the moment that you meet them, they have ended a painful chapter. So at the moment when you meet them, they have, like, and the painful chapter, I think that it could be closing a chapter of childhood traumas, honestly, reaching some kind of a level of healing about their childhood traumas, but it could also be about ending a relationship. Whatever it is, it's an ending of a very happy home life. Hold on, I'm gonna get some more clarification, see if I get some details. Spirit, please clarify the Four of Wands for me. Please clarify the Four of Wands for me, Spirit. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man again? Really? Please clarify the Hanged Man. The Sun. This person definitely, there was definitely some kind of sudden ending of a very happy situation. I can tell you that for sure. With the Hanged Man here, there could have been an affair. See, here's the thing. If this is about childhood traumas, right? This was just a very painful, very confusing situation. That was it. Maybe their parents divorced or something and it took them forever to get over it and reach a point of healing. But what could have also happened, which I think is more likely for most of you, is this person ended a romantic relationship. A very serious one because of infidelity. That's what I'm getting. I know it's really specific. I'm sure it's not going to resonate with most of you. So with respect to who was unfaithful, I have no idea. Could have been that they were unfaithful. Could have been that the other person was unfaithful. But I am getting some kind of infidelity issue here. Anyway, moving on. We have the Three of Wands. We have the King of Wands here. So in the initial stages of getting together with this person, there might be a distance, first of all, between the two of you. Maybe a physical distance. But this person is also going to be quite determined in approaching you, right? So they're going to come forward pretty confidently, very enthusiastically, right? They're going to be like, hey, you and me, baby, we is going on a date. I don't know where that came from, but you know, this is the vibe that I'm getting when it comes to how they approach you. But again, there could be some kind of a distance happening. There could be some kind of a physical distance. Yeah, a kind of I'm thinking physical distance most likely, not so much emotional. And then we have Queen of Cups and the Fool. So yeah, this person is going to be very enthusiastic about this relationship. Someone who throws themselves head first, you know, driven by emotions. Since we have a lot of like cups here, okay, we do have some pentacles. So there is some amount of like stability here, some temperance, but for the most part, this is a lot of fire and water. So I think this person is quite emotional. And since we have the Three of Wands, we have the World, this person could be coming from a different background than you. So they could be from a foreign culture, or somehow there could be some foreign element about this person. Patience and news with the Raven. Wow. See, because it says patience, all right, and we have number 23 on both of them, which again is the number 3 and the number 2. I'm guessing for most of you, this is going to happen at a pretty late age. Even though we have Mercury, which is about youthfulness, I'm thinking this is going to happen. This is going to be like a pretty mature love. And I think there's also a likelihood that you're going to meet online, because Mercury is about communication. And I've actually done a whole video on my astrology channel, which if you're curious, you can find in the video description, where I talked about what configurations in the horoscope show that you're going to meet your future spouse online. And I talked about how Mercury shows everything online nowadays. So Mercury showing up strongly, especially with that Raven news, makes me think that you might meet online for the first time. But this person is going to come towards you open-heartedly, without much hesitation. Okay, this is pretty much what I have. Also, with the King of Wands and the Sun, I mean, this person has a lot of Sun energy as well. Potentially a lot of Libra as well, with the Justice and the Lovers, which is Venus. And potentially Jupiter, because we have a lot of number 3. We have 21 boiling down to a 3. We have the 3 of Wands. We have the number 12 on the Hangman coming out twice. And number 3 on the 23 coming out twice. Yeah, so this person could have strong Jupiter placements. So let me see. Spirit, who is pile number 2's future spouse? Who is pile number 3's future spouse? First house, self and identity. Chiron, inner healing. Wow. This is a very strong confirmation of what I said about this person healing past wounds. Second house, resources and values, which is also about family of origin. And third house, communication and interaction. Very strong confirmation that you might meet this person online. Leo, the extrovert. I did say this person has strong sun energy. So with all this sun energy coming through with the extrovert, this person can definitely come across as someone who's quite warm and open, and I would say, yeah, quite extroverted. Someone who could be the life of the party if they wanted to. Definitely can be charismatic and light and generous, and has a kind of warmth about them. You know, the Chiron energy is definitely showing that this person has been hurt in the past. There is an energy of the wounded healer about them. And I'm guessing most likely this is childhood issues, because usually with Chiron, you're talking about wounds that are deeply rooted. Let me put it like that. So this person could also have placement in Satabisha Nakshatra, which is connected to this kind of wounded healer archetype. First house, self and identity. This person has a very strong sense of self, and they're probably recognizable. They even have some level of fame, maybe within their profession or within their community. Their physical body, their face is standing out. Their hands and their arms are really standing out, as well as their shoulders. They're probably very good at communication, and their voice is really going to stand out as well. They're also probably very self-motivated, just like these initial cards showed. The first house and I mean, basically we have the first 3 houses of the horoscope, which are very much about me, 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 you know. It's very self-motivated, but then we also have the second house, which is the family of origin. So this person could be working in the same line of work as one or both of their parents. They could be actually working with family in a family business. Or they could be working in something to do with the physical body, the voice, especially the throat, the face, the arms, the chest, the hands, and the shoulders. Yeah, that's pretty much what I see. Okay, let me get the Astro die. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is this person's future spouse? Oh my god, we have Venus. And we have number 7, which is introverted and ruled by Ketu. And then we have Virgo, which is more Mercury energy. So this person can be very introverted as well, but maybe not introverted. Maybe that's not the best way to put it. Number 7 can definitely be a confirmation of Libra energy. And this person can be really balanced, charismatic. They might be good at working with people in one-to-one situations, like a counselor, consultant, psychotherapist. With Venus, they're probably very diplomatic. They could definitely be a healer, by the way. I mean, because we have a repeated theme here. So I think for a lot of you, this person could actually be in a medical profession, or be some kind of a healer. Maybe not someone who graduated from medical school, but I don't know, maybe they do Reiki or something. Physical therapists, chiropractors, stuff like that. Someone who heals the physical body. They could also be into diets, dietitians, nutritionists, because the second house actually also is the house that connects to food, appetite, restaurants. So they could be a cook for some of you. With Venus, this person is definitely attractive above average. They probably have traditionally attractive features that most people of the opposite sex would like. Their voice is definitely pleasant, because we have repeated themes now. Venus is really about music and everything, sugar, spice, and everything nice, so all kinds of artistic interests, but it's especially about the voice. Second house and third house are also about the voice and communication, so their voice is definitely standing out. Okay, this is pretty much what I have from these placements. Let me get some more stuff. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is pile number 2's future spouse? Oh my gosh, is that a hair? Never mind. Okay, I think that's enough. Yeah, I think that's enough. So let's see. Oh my gosh, we have Libra confirmation. We have, let me see. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Venus, very strong confirmations. Okay. And let's see what else. We have Swati, which falls in Libra, is ruled by Rahu. Very strong confirmations. We have Ashwini. Oh my gosh. Yes. Falls in Aries, ruled by Ketu. And we have, let's say, Chitra, falls in Virgo and Libra, ruled by Mars. Very strong confirmation because we have the Virgo as well. We have Uttarashadha, falls in Sagittarius and Capricorn, ruled by the Sun. Here we have the Sun confirmation. Mrigashira, falling in Taurus and Gemini, ruled by Mars. More Mars energy. Very strong confirmations of multiple themes here. Jyeshta, falling in Scorpio, ruled by Mercury. And we have Dhanishta, falling in Capricorn and Aquarius, ruled by Mars. So, first of all, there are a lot of common things with pile number 1. So again, if you feel drawn to it, definitely check it out. If not, you're going to get all you need from this reading. So, what I can tell you, except for the fact that this person is definitely going to be above average attractive, because we have Venus coming out twice. Venus is the planet of love and sugar spice and everything nice and beauty and arts and all that. So this person will also likely be artistic, right? They will, maybe they're not going to be artists per se. Oh, by the way, with the 3rd house and the 2nd house, this person could actually be a musician, right? Their voice could be standing out. They could also actually play an instrument. That could be a thing. Although with Chitra coming out, I would say more likely they would be interested. It's more likely that they would be interested in something like photography or anything visual, you know, visual arts of all kinds. They like color and design and painting and drawing, and they're very visual. So in any case, they definitely will have some kind of artistic flair, right? And you will notice it maybe in the way that they dress. They like to dress nicely. They can, you know, match their shirts well to their trousers and stuff like that. All kinds of things. Yeah, they're artistically inclined. So aside from that, I'm seeing very nice features, like very nice physical features. Their body most likely stands out. They're because Dhanishta and Chitra, both of them are very self-conscious when it comes to their physical attractiveness. So most likely they're the kind of people who like to go to the gym, who like to work out, who take care of their bodies, basically. Not just because they care about it aesthetically, but especially with Dhanishta, it's because they like combat, right? It's well, both Chitra and Dhanishta are ruled by Mars, right? So they have a lot of like that Mars-like drive and caring about the physical body. With these kinds of combinations, I wouldn't be surprised if you were to marry someone who was a personal trainer or even an athlete of some kind, someone who is a sports person professionally, or someone who directly works with the physical body, right, on a regular basis. Whether it's like yoga or training, or they have I don't know, something like a gym or something they're managing, because they would care a lot about the physical body and their physical appearance. But with Dhanishta especially, they might be interested in combat, weapons, military stuff, police stuff. Aside from that, Uttarashadha is kind of a spiritual energy. So this person can come across as a little bit aloof at times, and they can be kind of in their heads, but they're probably quite spiritually developed. Ashwini as well, like Ashwinis can be very introverted and very strange, according to most people who are not Ashwinis. They can be very much in their heads, you know, but at the same time, they can have a kind of insane determination where they pursue their vision to the end of the earth, even if nobody else sees what they see. So they could definitely have this kind of vibe of kind of a loner sometimes, right? Even though they will also be socially adept, right? So they will be good at socializing. They will be good at portraying themselves in a likable, charismatic light, but they will keep their true selves hidden to the point where even people who are closest to them may not be able to read them very well. They probably like to move around a lot. They like to stay active. They would probably have some kind of a profession where they have to be on the go a lot. Mrigashira can also show very good intellectual abilities, a strong ability to investigate, to get down to the bottom of a problem and find a solution. They're probably good with animals. They feel drawn to animals and nature, and animals probably feel drawn to them. And normally, if I would have seen other signs, I would have said they could be veterinary doctors, but it's unlikely considering but then this is a general reading, so I guess it is possible for for some of you. But also with Marie Gracia, they can be interested in detective stories and, anything that's about investigations, thrillers, and stuff like that. And then Giesta is a marker of the fact that this person is self-made. So this is a person who, irrespective of what level of wealth they were born into, they're going to increase their family wealth. That's the general trend with Giesta. So they really exceed their initial environment. And they can be the ones that the rest of their family looks up to and asks for advice. They can also be really superstitious. They might carry or wear amulets or something that has some kind of a spiritual meaning to them. Maybe they have some kind of a weird tattoo that has some kind of spiritual meaning for protection or something like that. So, yeah. They could also have sleep problems. They could have insomnia or they could be the types that are night owls, right? That don't go to bed early. With Ashwini, they might really like horses or horseback riding. And something that I've noticed a lot with Ashwini is actually both men and women, but I would say especially with men, they actually have elongated faces. I don't like to say horse faces because that sounds insulting. Not necessarily horse faces in the sense that they look unattractive. They actually, Ashwinis can look very attractive, but they often have strong features, like, prominent, especially the men. They can have a prominent nose, a prominent jawline. Usually their smiles stand out as well. Just to give you some examples, I'm pretty sure that Nikola Tesla had moon in Ashwini. I know, random example. Another very famous moon in Ashwini is Daniel Day-Lewis, who, well, I think was quite handsome back in the day. But he's also has that kind of a reputation of being kind of a weirdo introvert and / mad genius, right? That's the typical Ashwini vibe. Like they do their own thing, and they can also come across as a little bit intimidating as well. Like people don't really know how to handle them. So yeah, just to give you some examples, I would say with these combinations, especially if this is a man, they will definitely have a strong jawline. Potentially a squarish jawline. That's the one common denominator that I see here. Aside from that, what I can tell you, like I said, is that they are most likely attractive, above average attractive, but I'm not seeing more specific traits than that, except the things that I mentioned previously. So it's that their hands, their arms, their shoulders could be particularly attractive or stand out somehow, and their face and their physical body in general. So they probably have good muscle mass. They're probably quite strong physically, especially if this is a man. Even if this is a woman, she's probably the type that likes to hit the gym and probably has a nice toned body. Okay, this is pretty much what I have about your future spouse, pile number 2. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. And if you have, of course, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to share, how this resonated, if it didn't resonate, anything you want to share, ideas for future topics you would like me to do on my channel. As long as it's civil, I will take it into account. Aside from that, of course, if you would like to support my channel further by sharing this video or leaving a tip or becoming a member in exchange for a small monthly fee, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to get a private reading from me, check out the video description. I've left my email address there. You can email me for a pricing list and reading options. I've also left a link to reviews that I have gotten for private readings before. Go ahead and check them out. Might help you decide if you want to get a reading. Aside from that, last but not least, I have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology and also with some tropical insights. I have more than a decade of experience in reading Vedic astrology charts, more than 20 years in astrology in general. I started out with tropical, but then I also learned a lot of different systems in parallel. So I use my insights from the Chinese system as well, Ratsa Ziwei Doshu, the Mayan zodiac, Tzolk'in, and numerology, and a bunch of other metaphysical stuff. So yes, if you're curious in all things astrology, curious about all things astrology, go ahead and check it out. Check out my astrology channel that I will link in the video description. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this card with number, what is this, 40, no, it's actually 67. Yeah, it's number 67. And the stone, this is really cool that it's called the stone. Anyway, and or this aragonite crystal. So this is your reading. This is going to be the card selection phase. If you don't want to sit through it, I'm going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the interpretation. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the aragonite crystal. Who is pile number 3's future spouse? I don't know why I started backwards, but I'm going to start backwards. So, 8 of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Devil, the World, 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Ouch. All right. Let me see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Oh, what is this? Oh, the Sun? Okay. That card shouldn't have been there, but I'm going to take it. And, ooh, the 2 of Cups. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is their future spouse? Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Oh my gosh, this card came out from one of the other piles, but I'm not going to say which one. So, 25, Peregrine Falcon, observation. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is their future spouse? Tell me about pile number 3. Who is their future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. "31, unleash your creativity." All right, very steampunk. Okay. I'm gonna get some clarifications, like, Spirit, please clarify the Sun over here. Whoa. 10 of Swords, okay. Please clarify the Hermit. Oh, wow. The Lovers again? Oh, no. Sorry, not again, because you had the Two of Cups. Yeah. Please clarify the Three of Swords. Really? This one? No. Please clarify the Three of Swords, Spirit. Six of Pentacles. Okay. Please clarify the Devil. Strength. Please clarify the Seven of Swords. Six of Cups. Please clarify the Moon, Spirit. Really? That's cute. Please clarify the Moon, Spirit. Queen of Cups, okay. So, I mean, I asked to clarify the Moon and I got the Moon as a clarification. Anyway, pile number 3. All right. So, I excuse the mess over here. If you haven't watched the shuffling phase, I just pulled a bunch of cards to clarify stuff, which was really fun. So all of these cards over here that are the tiny ones, those are clarifications. The funny thing is, when I clarified the Moon, I got the Moon as well, and then I clarified again and I got the Queen of Cups. So yeah. Anyway, this person, Three of Swords clarified by the Six of Pentacles, and then Seven of Pentacles underneath. And the number 67, that boils down to a number 4, doesn't it? Because it's a 6 plus 7, that's a number 13. Yeah, that's a number 4 in numerology. This person is very hurt. I know that sounds cliche, that sounds weird, but look, I'm just whatever. I don't care what it sounds like. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. This person is, that's what it makes me think of when I saw the stone, and then when all of these cards came through, it makes me think of someone who has been seriously bruised in life to the point where they became a heart of stone, you know. That's what it made me think of. And because we have the Three of Swords in the first position, clarified by the Six of Pentacles, makes me think that this person is very focused on helping others. And it's probably coming from a place of empathy. Like, they don't want other people to suffer the way that they have suffered. This person could be a teacher. There could be some kind of a mentor, a guru. They're guiding others that are in a lesser position. They could be a psychotherapist as well. This is a person who has had to work hard for everything they have. Like, nobody gave them anything for free. Wow, look at this. The Moon, and the Queen of Cups. This person is extremely intuitive, but I'm just going to say it. They're very sensitive. They're very sensitive, and there's a deep undercurrent of vulnerability about them, even though it probably doesn't show up on the surface. But because of whatever their past has been, which I think has made them very sensitive, they're very, very good at reading people. They have a very sharp intuition, backed up by very good strategic thinking. But see, the Seven of Swords clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, sorry, here, makes me think that this person they learned very early on not to show their vulnerability, not to open up, and that if they open up, people are going to take advantage of them. And because of that, they're very strategic. You know, like these people, I have to say, like this pile more than the other two is very closed off. And I mean, even though there's like this deep well of emotions and sensitivity underneath, there are a lot of walls around this person. And they're very hard to read. Very hard to read. The World and Ace of Pentacles and clarification. This is the third position. So this person, what is standing in the way of this connection, you know, I have to say this theme has been present. I'm not going to say in which other pile. So I'm just going to say if you feel drawn to one of the other piles, check out the reading because there might be messages for you. Check out the other reading, I mean. If you didn't feel drawn to it, don't worry about it because you're going to get all the messages that you need from this reading. But anyway, back to the idea of the World clarified by Ace of Pentacles. So this person, I think, could be from a different background, a different culture. There's an element of travel here, of significant distance. I would say, again, this theme showed up in another pile before, but in this case, it's particularly strong. Like, there's a pretty strong theme here that somehow location might be getting in the path of this, might be getting in the way of this connection. And I'm thinking more like this is different countries, actually. But again, could just be my intuition running wild. See how it resonates. Either way, this is a general reading, so it's hard to get very specific messages. But there is an element of distance, number one. And number two, there's an element of potential financial struggles that are keeping this person from pursuing this connection initially. And financial struggles, by financial struggles, I mean they could be very obsessed with making money, or they could be in a place where something has happened, you know, like maybe they lost a good career, they lost a good job or something like that, and they're feeling insecure, they're feeling not good enough. That could be happening. But for the most part, I'm seeing the travel theme, not so much the career ending. That could be a thing. It could be both at the same time, actually, to be fair. But something in what's getting in the way is an ending, number one, and an ending of this person's life, a chapter that is ending in this person's life. And I think most likely it's connected to career and or money. And then there's the theme of distance that's also potentially getting in the way of this connection at first. Then we have the Devil clarified by the Strength. And then we have the Knight of Wands underneath. Hold on, I'm going to clarify again. Please clarify the Strength card for me, Spirit. Six of Swords. Wow. Please clarify the Six of Swords. I'm having a hunch, but wow, we have the Sun. We have the Sun, which came out before, I think, didn't it? Yeah, the Sun is here. We have the Ten of Wands. Okay, I'm going to clarify the Sun as well. Please clarify the Sun for me, Spirit. Please clarify the Sun. Six of Wands. Yeah, this person has definitely gone through some kind of major blow in life, maybe multiple. But what I'm seeing is that they might be insecure because they feel like they have failed in some major way in life. I think it's most likely, like I said, connected to career. And I think this person has had a fall from grace somehow. Like they maybe had a good career, had a good job, but it ended abruptly. and then they had to start all over from scratch, and they felt like it really left a mark on them. And this is in addition to potential childhood issues, because I'm still seeing that. Yeah, I have to say, this person is pretty complex. And aside from that, we have 10 of Wands, we have the Sun, the 6 of Swords. Again, a lot of number 6s are coming through with this person. A lot of Venus energy. This person could have placements in Taurus, Libra, or a prominent Venus. This is going to sound super specific, but this person could have struggled with some serious addiction in the past. And that addiction could have been very much driven by some major failure in their lives, or what they perceive to be a major failure. I'm definitely getting this feeling like they messed up something, like they messed up some kind of big opportunity. This is the vibe that I'm getting. This is what they feel. And it could have been like this thing that they think they messed up that drove them to some kind of addiction problems, or just going through a phase where they maybe just gave up on themselves for a while, you know, and now they carry some kind of a shame about that. I have to say, like I said, this person seems very complex psychologically. And then we have this here. We have the Hermit clarified by the Lovers and the Sun clarified by the 10 of Swords. Oh my gosh, the 10 of Swords over here. I'm getting Light My Fire by the Doors, that song. I'm not going to sing it, but you know it. You definitely know it. If you don't, just do a simple search. It's very famous. Anyway, what I'm seeing is this person will feel completely reawakened by this connection. So it's like you're going to unfreeze them. You know, like they were frozen for a long time. They stopped thinking about romance. Like they were just caught up in their issues, their life, you know. But I think to a large extent, this person was frozen for a long time. And when they come across you, you will be their great emotional reawakening. It's like you're going to bring them back to life. And it's going to be like a huge reawakening, like a volcano erupting here with passion. And this person definitely gives me the vibe of having been single for a long time, and also quite solitary in general, like someone who does not easily bond with other people, does not easily have trust for other people, you know? You're gonna like literally bringing, look at this, the Sun clarified by the 10 of Swords. You're literally bringing them to life. Like they felt dead, like they had hit rock bottom before they come across you, and you will completely light their fire and make them want to pursue you. And then look at this, the 8 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. This is showing, number one, that this is a healthy relationship. This is going to be a healthy relationship between two emotionally mature individuals, right? Who are willing to work towards the relationship equally, who are willing to meet each other halfway. But aside from that, the 8 of Pentacles shows that both of you could be growing together. I have to say, this is a pretty romantic spread over here. Like, you know, I'm getting this vibe of like two people kind of being broken and then becoming like mending each other, like becoming whole together and working towards bettering their circumstances. Because this person, look at this, starts out as 3 of Swords clarified by 6 of Pentacles, and then 7 of Pentacles underneath, and then it ends with 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups underneath. So it shows that you help them improve their career, their self-esteem, help them rebuild themselves but I feel like it's going to be a mutual thing, actually. So because the Two of Cups is a very, you know, a very mutual aspect. It's a lot of reciprocity. Yeah, definitely gonna bring this. And look at this, unleash your creativity. This person is like very frozen and shut down, and like you're gonna help him, you know, become open up, and learn to express themselves and basically be themselves and basically live in a way. There's no other way to put it. All right, this is pretty much what I'm seeing here. Let me get the Astro cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is their future spouse? Whoa. Very strong confirmation. So we have 7th house, love and partnership. This is very much the Two of Cups energy. So this is that energy of reciprocity, of mutual respect. And, well, 7th house is the house of the marriage and the long-term romantic partner. So, but it is a very strong confirmation that this person is going to meet you halfway. So you're going to have a very balanced connection. Then it can also show that the person themselves, they could have a strong Venus placement, strong 7th house, strong 2nd house, but also maybe placements in Taurus or Libra, or have a prominently placed Venus in their horoscope. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio in tropical astrology. So this person is someone who has gone through ups and downs, like I said, because the 8th house, which is associated to Scorpio, it is about crisis situations. It is about the unforeseen. It's about, you know, the tests that life puts you through in order to get to know yourself and your limitations and stuff. So this person has been through it. Let me put it like that. It's a confirmation of that. But then there's also a confirmation that there's a lot of depth to this person. They're not superficial. And they have a lot of resilience as well. I mean, we also had that strength card here at some point. This is a confirmation of the devil, because the devil is Scorpio energy, even though it's kind of unhealthy Scorpio energy, but let's not dwell. 12th house, spirituality and art. Yeah, so look at this, unleash your creativity. This is the emotional reawakening that I was talking about. And last but not least, the north node of the moon. This is that foreign element. This is that world card. So this person can be very unusual, number one, because the north node or Rahu is known for the rebel energy, right? The rebel archetype, the mad genius archetype. It can be seen as the co-ruler of Aquarius, which it is in Vedic astrology. So this person can be kind of a free spirit, very unusual. We do have that hermit energy, so they could have a bit of a, like I said, a loner vibe, but also kind of an unusual vibe, you know. All right, let me get the Astro dice. And like I said, there could be that element of foreign something about them. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is their future spouse? Oh my gosh, we have the moon, which came out twice already. This is the 3rd time. We have Aries. We have number 9, which can be seen as the number 9 in numerology, which is ruled by Mars. Or it can be seen as the 9th house, which is connected to Sagittarius energy. Either way, I see a lot of changeability with the moon energy. So the moon is very prominent in this person's energy. So they could definitely have prominent placements in water signs or water houses. All of the water signs are represented here. I mean, we have 12th house, which is Pisces energy. Then we have the moon, which is Cancerian energy. Queen of Cups can be, I would most likely think of it as Pisces or Cancer energy, but it can be Scorpio if you stretch it. So we have a lot of water here. So this person could have definitely could have a very prominent moon in their horoscope. Like maybe they have moon in the 1st house, or moon, I don't know, conjunct a lot of planets in their horoscope, right? And by the way, if they have a prominent moon, you will tell them by, you will see them, you will recognize them by, first of all, a touch of moodiness. Even if this is a man, there could be a kind of hypersensitivity, a difficulty to read them. They may not be predictable. And they like to travel a lot. They maybe even travel for work because the moon is very changeable. And then they could also have very, like, they could tend towards fairness in physicality. So they could tend towards having a fair complexion, fair, light color eyes and skin. But of course, a lot of this will be within the limits of genetic inheritance, right? So if you're drawn to people, let's say, who are African and you're African, so you could just be looking towards someone who has maybe a slightly lighter shade of skin than the average person from your background, let's say. But the moon in general will tend towards a pale complexion. And like I said, light colored everything, right? On top of that, they can have prominent cheekbones and a kind of fleshiness to the face, right? So the cheeks especially, right? So they could be really wide-faced, but especially around the cheekbone area. Aries, on the other hand, will show an oval face, a prominent nose as well, and a lot of physical agitation. All right, this is pretty much what I can see. Let me get some more notes. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is this person's future spouse? Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Wow, they don't want to come out. Nothing. All right, there are 2 that fell out here. Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Rahu for the second time. This person could also, like I said, they could have a prominent Rahu, like Rahu connected to conjunct multiple planets. Or they could have placements in Aquarius. And, oh my god. Yeah, they could definitely have placements in Aquarius. Look at that. Aquarius came out as well. And we have Gemini as well. So some air signs going on as well. Good communication skills. We have Ashwini, which falls in Aries, ruled by Ketu. We have, let me see, Uttara Ashadha, which falls in Sagittarius and Capricorn, ruled by the Sun. We have Pushya, which falls in Cancer, ruled by Saturn. Yeah, that makes sense. It falls in Cancer. I mean, look at all that moon energy. And we have more moon energy here. We have Ashlesha falling in Cancer, ruled by Mercury. We have Ardra. Oh my god, this makes a lot of sense, but it's like too complicated to open this can of worms now. It's 3 a.m. and I want to fall asleep at some point before dawn. Falling in Gemini anyway, and we have Danishta falling in Capricorn and Aquarius in Capricorn and Aquarius ruled by Mars. So the other details that I can give you, right? There's definitely, I mean, more than the other 2 piles. In your case, there is definitely some kind of a background difference between you and this person. So I'm talking different ethnicity, maybe they're from a different country. There's some significant difference, and like I said, there could be a physical distance between the 2 of you, so this could turn out to be a long-term relationship. Sorry, not long-term, long-distance relationship. Like I said, it's 3 a.m. At first, right, before it becomes serious. But in any case, right, there is, aside from the distance and the fact that this person is kind of a mad genius, right, with all this Aquarius Rahu energy, and they're good at communication as well, we have these nakshatras. So Uttara Ashadha can show a prominent jawline, and can also show this person has an aura of aloofness about them. They can also be quite focused on spirituality, though, like learning about spirituality. And yeah, maybe things like yoga, like philosophy, you know, things that kind of stimulate the higher mind. And then we have Dhanishta, which is very physical and likes things like combat, likes staying physically active in general, and could be interested in things like weapons and self-defense and military and all that stuff. But then conversely, it's also very creative, the Dhanishta Nakshatra. So it's interesting. We have this unleash your creativity thing. So yeah, this person can definitely have a lot of creative potential, but I'm seeing a lot of repression. The Ardra energy especially definitely confirms what I felt through the cards, which is that this person carries a lot of baggage. And I'm sorry to put it like this. I know it sounds potentially negative, but let's be honest, we don't live in a perfect world, and a lot of people have traumas. And this person is someone who carries some heavy past, to be honest. Now, considering the cards, I'm guessing, like I said, you are going to be this person's big reawakening, but they have had some kind of traumas that they've had to work through. All right. And Ardra can also show, aside from, you know, having a potentially, let's say, troubled upbringing, it can also show, again, a strong connection to nature, kind of a touch of savagery about this person, even though it's well disguised, and they come across as very rational and very likable on the surface. This person can also have a very good sense of humor, and they can also like nature a lot, animals especially, but nature, you know, forests especially. Pushya is a very nurturing energy, very soft, gentle, almost mothering energy. So this person will definitely have some nurturing side as well. It can be very kind of lush and feminine and seductive as well. Like a lot of very good looking women and sex symbols have strong pushya placements, like Angelina Jolie, Pamela Anderson, they have prominent pushya. So does Kylie Minogue. They tend to have full lips and a good bone structure because they're ruled by Saturn, but it also falls in Cancer. So there's like a combination of boniness with fleshiness together. And they can do well in professions where they have to nurture others, like a nurse, a psychotherapist, or something like that. Ashlesha can also be very seductive and is also very secretive. They can be into things like psychotherapy, hypnosis especially, and they could be involved in any kind of healing profession, and especially things to do with pharmaceuticals. Either working with pharmaceuticals, with chemistry, substances like that, or it's some kind of a metaphysical healing practices, you know, like energetic healing, like Reiki or something. In more rare cases, they can actually be involved in medical science. I'm mainly speaking about, so I didn't say this, but now I can say it once I got to the end. I'm seeing that most likely you're going to meet this person through long-term travel or long-distance travel, through some kind of religious activities, like or something spiritually inclined, like going to a yoga retreat or something like that. Or you could meet them through any kind of formal activity, especially activities that are one-on-one or involving an audience, like attending a speech, for instance, or going to a wedding, even, you know, some kind of a formal celebration, but especially in some kind of context where there's a negotiation happening or a contract being signed. That's how you could meet this person. These are the most likely events. You could also meet them in any situation where someone is addressing a crowd, even a concert if we stretch it a little bit. I also think this person most likely is attractive, but they may not be the most conventionally attractive person. There's something rough around the edges about them. Ashwini, for instance, and Ashwini came out for one of the other two piles. I'm not going to say which one, but I'm going to repeat the same thing that I said there, which is that Ashwinis can be very unusual. They kind of have this energy of marching to the beat of their own drum, and they're quite physically, they can look quite intimidating a lot of the times. And what I have noticed with both men and women who have Ashwini placements, especially the moon in Ashwini, is they have an elongated face, because Ashwini is connected to the horse. And they, by the way, they might actually be interested in horses or in horseback riding or something like that. But Ashwini is very much, again, I don't want to say they have horse-like faces, because that doesn't sound attractive or particularly polite. They can definitely look attractive, but they can have these pretty prominent features, you know, that make them look almost intimidating at times. So they can have very strong noses, they have an elongated face, and especially the men, they can have very strong jawlines. Just to give you some examples, Nikola Tesla had moon in Ashwini. What's his name? Daniel Day-Lewis has moon in Ashwini. I can't think of any other examples, but I remember checking the horoscopes of some famous people, and a lot of them, you know, they have this pattern of having the prominent jawline and the, you know, very strong features. And especially the men, they can look very masculine but kind of rugged, you know, like pretty rough around the edges sometimes, depending on what else is going on in their horoscopes. And they can also be very independent and very blunt sometimes. And they like to stay moving, and also they're very loyal to their vision. So they're the kind of people that, you know, once they have an idea, they stick to it until they get exactly what they want. And other people can find them very shut down and very hard to get to know, just like any Ketuvians or anyone who has a prominent Ketu in their horoscopes, because Ashwini is ruled by Ketu. Anyway, I digress. But yes, this is pretty much what I can see about. Oh, one final thing that I can say with all these energies, I think most likely this person looks younger than their age. This is the vibe that I'm getting. But anyway, that's it. Okay, ending the reading. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this pile number 3. I definitely have. I mean, loads of repeated messages and confirmations. And if you have liked it, please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will upload a new tarot reading. Also, feel free to comment in the comment section with anything you want to share, whether this resonated, how it resonated, if it didn't resonate. Of course, also ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover on this channel. I'm going to take them into account. So aside from that, if you would like to contribute to my channel further, I would greatly appreciate it through sharing this video with as many people as possible. Or if you would like to leave a tip, or if you want to become a member in exchange for a small monthly fee, like I said, I would be very grateful for any of those. And then if you're interested in a private tarot reading with me, you can check out the video description. I have left my email address there. You can contact me. I can give you a pricing list and reading options and any other details. I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before, in case you're curious to check them out. Might help you decide if you want to get a reading from me. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but also with some tropical insights. I have more than 20 years of experience in reading horoscopes of all kinds, especially tropical and Vedic. I have more than 10 years of experience in reading Vedic, and that is my preferred method right now. But I also use my insights that I have gathered through many years of studying tropical astrology, as well as other systems like Chinese astrology, such as Batsa or Ziwei Doshu, and other metaphysical forms of knowledge like Mayan zodiac, numerology, palmistry, all kinds of stuff, and other things that I cannot even discuss on YouTube. But yes, if you're curious about astrology, Vedic astrology especially, go ahead and check out the link to my astrology channel from the video description. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye!